Oh, that would have been great.
What a shocking
But then again,
surprise.
that's viable. I'm pretty sure that I could pay for the WBC to say that we're the number one broadcast on
We
boxing.
could get ranked. Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, we get belts. Photos with the belts and the hats.
You are, what are you, 2-0 as a professional or 1-1 as a professional?
I want to be, no. I'm 1-1. But 1-1-1. Actually, I'm 1-1-1.
There you go.
And I want the belt, and I want the diamond belt, for God's sakes. Munguia Power.
And you're a tall white guy. You're fucking in. How many Mexicans beat up tall white guys?
They don't want to discriminate, so they gotta put the belt on the white guy. Has anybody looked up to see how many Mexican champions are actually WBC champions?
You know how many white people Chavez Jr. beat up on his way to the title?
It's hard to find a good white guy.
I don't know where the hell Top Rank was getting
Why
all
does
these
Liam
guys
Beefy
from?
Smith get so many matches? Because he's a white guy, people. If you're a white guy who can box, you're good. All right, let's turn to the fights of last night, and the only fight that matters. Jaime Munguia, 30-0, 25 knockouts, overcame a gutsy effort. I didn't write that. McGill Maravilla at Ringside Magazine wrote it. Was reprinted by Fight News. So I guess Fight News and the world-famous Flat Top, if you don't know, that's an inside for the people who actually write and listen to boxing media. They all know who. It's still Flat Top, right? It's still his site.
I hope.
You would think, right? Wait, let me click contact. If I click contact, it should say Flat. Oh, he's got an actual form now. Look at him. All fancy. Used to say flattop@gmail when it was just like a blog. I just love that. How's their site doing? They do okay. Top 48,000 in the U.S. They're getting real traffic.
Nice.
Doing a couple thousand a day. Munguia's Power gets past Smith, retains WBO title. Here we go. By Miguel Maravilla. WBO junior middleweight champion Jaime Munguia, 30-0, 25 KOs, overcame a gutsy effort from Liam I've got beef between my legs Smith, who's 26-2-1 with 14 KOs, to take a 12-round unanimous decision on Saturday night at the Hard Rock Hotel in Las Vegas. 8-1 underdog Liam Beefy Smith exposed Jaime's defensive deficiencies early on. Jaime upped the pressure in round 4, ripped big shots. The bout continued going Jaime's direction, with his power making the difference. Jaime dropped Liam in round 6 with a left hook, and it was all Jaime for the rest of the way through, although the outgunned Smith made it a fight to the very end. Final scorecards look like this: 116, 111, 119, 110, 119, 108. It is on HBO. It has been played. It has been replayed. It is on my DVR. And since I didn't get a text from Andrew,
it should be watched. It should be watched. The kid's good, Lee. This Jaime Munguia, he's a good fighter. There's the reason why Smith made it 12 rounds is because of the experience level that Munguia brought in. I thought Robert Alcazar did a terrible job during the fight on guiding his guy to a victory. Should have been a lot easier than what it was. He had Liam Smith ready to go multiple times. He didn't know what punches to put together to end the fight. How do I start? I had him winning this fight outright. I don't think it was as close as people say. Liam Smith did land some shots, Lee, but I thought he landed more fouls than actual punches. A lot of pushing, a lot of elbows, headbutts. The guy was very frustrated. He couldn't keep this 21-year-old kid. Look, nobody likes to think a 21-year-old can beat you up, right?
Right.
Like anyone, any man walking around 21, get out of here, kid. You're a kid. And Smith went in with that type of attitude and got it beat out of him. Munguia's his face kept up because he took out, like I said, Lee took elbows and headbutts all night. I thought the ref did a terrible job of fucking controlling this fight. Matter of fact, I thought he sided with Smith way more than he should have, because it was Smith who was the one frustrated and was instigating or initiating all of the fouls. But the lead, okay, look it. They talk about this kid Jaime, that his favorite fighter obviously is Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., right? Well, damn it, watch the tape on him more because he tries to fight like him, Lee. Dirty man Chavez, pressure. One of the prettiest left hooks I've seen in boxing are still coming from this kid. Beautiful left hook. That's why he's undefeated. He needs to learn how to land the left hook. Throwing lead left hooks is not going to win it with the big dogs in this sport. Throwing lead uppercuts is one of the worst punches you can do. He did it constantly. My son, Giovanni, dropped the fuck Mungai last night because I was saying, what the fuck is he doing? My son finally repeated it. Robert Alcazar, I don't know how he allowed this to happen over and over. It almost cost him the fight. There was times Liam Smith landed some beautiful counter shots. If he had any more power, like Roy Jones was saying, it could have been risky in the last 4 rounds of that fight. Watch Chavez Sr. If you want to throw a lead punch and not throw a jab, throw the lead right hand. It sets up the left hook, which is your best punch. Liam Smith Lee fell into the ropes all night. You know that beat up, you get hit with the good body shot and you just fall right into the ropes? Then the kid throws like a Street Fighter uppercut. Yeah, all the way from fucking his knee. What are you doing?
Uppercut.
Throw the lead.
Uppercut.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Lee, there was times he did that, like 4 or 5 of them in a row. He had the fight. Nah, this kid is good. When they watch the tape, Robert Alcazar needs to sit him down and show him what he did wrong. And then the kid's going to get better. He's 21. You know, they're comparing him to Canelo. Oh, when Canelo fought Beefy Smith, he had him out of there already. Isn't Canelo like 25 or 26 maybe, possibly when he fights Smith? Even older. This kid is 21. Calm the fuck down.
There you go. Was it good
He's
for
gonna be here for a while, Lee. I'm telling you, you got to watch this fight. Lee, he has one of the best left hooks in the sport right now. It's powerful. Lee, you hear it every time it lands. He was knocking Smith into the ropes, moving. This is another thing boxing really needs to get over. Commentators, some of you writers, it's just everyone. Stop it with the overnight weight thing. You know, Lee, in the first few rounds, for some reason, I think Max Kellerman had money on Smith last night, but they're all over Smith. Oh, man, he's landing punches. Oh, man, this is going to be a rude awakening for a Mungai tonight. Blah, 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 blah. As soon as the fight turns, like in round 5, or like you said, round 6, when he drops them, you know how most Mexicans start slow and pick up the pace as it goes on? They start going with well, you know, he's a cruiserweight tonight. Well, you know, he's so big, and this is unfair, and blah, blah, blah. Lee, one guy weighed 176, the other one weighed 172. What the fuck's the big deal? They both made weight. What is the big deal? You know, they sat there and they go, oh, I bet you Liam Smith had to beef up more because of this. Really? So what did they do? They forced food down his throat? Oh, are you full? Well, fuck it. Who cares? You got to eat more. They didn't do that. Who does that? Do you see fighters doing that, Lee? When the night before, did you scarf down extra food so you could be fatter in the ring?
No.
What the fuck, man?
Nobody does that.
Nobody does that. I don't know why.
Well,
Roy
okay, back in the
set that
80s we did it, but we didn't know any better back in the 80s. But no, nobody does.
I mean, come on. We all know these guys starve so much. Their stomachs are so small. There's no way you're putting 2 pizzas down. I'm sorry. For 6 weeks, you've been training to fucking cut weight to weights you ain't never been in since your last fight. Oh, but the night before, you're going to char down 9 tacos, right? Yeah. That's how it works. And then I get extra strong, and I knock them out. You know, they never have the fucking excuse when the little guy knocks out the big guy, Terrence Crawford, Jeff Horn. Where's that excuse?
Am I out of the loop in not knowing who the Imagine Dragons are?
Who the hell is the man? What are you talking about, Lee?
Yeah, you don't listen to pop music either.
Fuck, no. No.
People are listening to this looking at us going, what the fuck? I said, I'll tell you, I zoned out. Andrew was on a rant, a coffee.
Oh, that's what we're supposed to do.
You were on a coffee rant that I couldn't stop.
Hey, Lee, I'm just tired of the weight thing. We got to get over it. You know what's going to happen when
you know what? Here's
hurt?
the reality of HBO.
Changes.
No, HBO's bullshit. You and I both know
they are. I know they are.
And I've been saying it on this show along with you for quite some time that the two biggest promoters in boxing are HBO and Showtime. And Bob Arum had enough of their bullshit and went to ESPN and took control of the situation and started to book his own matches. And if you look at the two most powerful men in boxing, right, it's Eddie Hearn, and I'm going to use air quotes for Bob Arum because it's not Bob. Bob is an old man who eats pea soup. Okay, Bob is very old. I believe him to be a figurehead. I think he still can make day-to-day decisions, but for them to move to a digital platform, even though it's not popular, right, and all the directions that they're going, but if you look at it objectively, Eddie Hearn and Bob Arum, they're trying to put the best fights out there. They're trying to get it to the most households they can. They're trying to digitize that content. That's the future. HBO and Showtime has the PBC. Yay. Okay, and unless the PBC's paying for it, Showtime's not putting it on. That's reality. We can all discuss it or not, but that's the truth. And HBO's got a handful of shitbag fighters that they're making me care about. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Jaime did a great job. By all accounts, by everything I've read, I will admit I did not see the fight. I'm not trying to be a dick about it. I just don't care. I don't care about this fighter. I want to care. I live in a day and age, right, Andrew, where I want to know the Canelo. Like, I'm really intrigued with Canelo and Triple G. Why? Canelo may or may not have taken steroids. Triple G may or may not be pissed off. He may or may not be a shot fighter. Okay, and the fact that they're not talking and bullshitting and, like, really trying to build this fight explains to me how good that next fight's going to be. Okay? When I look at HBO trying to sell me a pig with lipstick, and I'm not saying Jaime isn't the next coming of Chavez Jr., but everybody fucking take a step back, all right? Especially at HBO. He's the next Chavez. He's the next De La Hoya. He's the next Whitaker. He's the next Mayweather. He's the next... Shut the fuck up. Who cares? He's Jaime, and that's it, right? He's Liam's beefy-ass Smith, right? Whatever. If those are the fights you're going with, sell those fighters. Don't try to tell me that I'm seeing something that I'm not. And that's my problem with HBO and Showtime. Oh, especially Mauro Ranallo and those fucking blowhards. Oh, look at this great, amazing PBC fight. No, it's not. It's not. I mean, and we're so desperate as fight fans, we will eat fucking breadcrumbs. The true story of the weekend is Ux and Gasayev, right? For the literal undisputed cruiserweight championship of the world. You know what? It doesn't make even a fucking blip on the radar that
the
we've got.
The cruiserweights never have, Lee.
But that doesn't matter.
We
have a literal, complete lineal champion. WBA,
we always
WBC,
have, though.
IBF, WBO, right?
I know.
Right? And they did another Super Series. This didn't make anybody. This didn't help this guy. It didn't do anything. It's a European thing. I get it. He's Russian. Everybody in Europe is going, we knew all about it. Okay. I don't want to be a dick, but the Beatles weren't anything until they came to America either. Okay? So everybody calm down who's over the pond. You can keep telling me about your great fucking Jeff Horns and your great Alexander Yuks and all these wonderful Russian monstrosities that I'm just missing out on because I don't follow boxing close enough, right? Brettis, you name it, right, Andrew? Just keep piling on. Come to the U.S., go play Vegas, okay? Here's how boxing really works. Go play Caesar's Palace. Go put on a fight at Caesar's Palace and see if the dude from Black Panther shows up to your fight. That'll tell me whether or not you're the real deal. Show me that, we can all badmouth the Terrence Crawford, Jeff Horn thing, but you know what? Hollywood came to see the fight, didn't they? it made the radar. They sold out the arena. These guys who all fight in Europe, even